The UK generates 290 million tonnes of waste every year, of which 23 million comes from our homes. Happily, the amount being sent to landfill is decreasing, and that's due in part to companies like PROBIO Energy International, one of the UK's leading providers of alternative fuels. Here at Grangemouth Port in Scotland, PROBIO is overseeing the loading onto a cargo vessel of 3,000 tonnes of refuse-derived fuel, or RDF, household rubbish to you and me. Its destination is E.ON in Sweden.
We got into the market at the right time when RDF exports were really taking off. We had existing contracts or relationships with companies such as E.ON, who we supplied waste wood to. And the next additional thing was naturally refuse-derived fuel.
Few energy providers in the UK have the capability of recovering waste to energy. On the other hand, Sweden, like many Scandinavian countries, has been leading the way in its recovery for many years.
Our resources are finite and needs to be taken care of in the best way. And one way is to recover to energy, to get something back instead of not using it at all, as many countries do.
Despite being the last cog in the energy recovery chain, E.ON pays PROBIO nothing. In fact, PROBIO pays E.ON to recover the fuel. It's a counterintuitive payment structure. And here's how it works. This is Dave, a resident in East Falkirk. He separates all his rubbish into different recycling bins, including a green one for basic household waste. That's then collected by his council and delivered to Avondale, a local processing plant who are paid by the council to convert the waste to RDF. Avondale then pays waste management companies like PROBIO to divert the fuel from landfill.
The material is then sent to the plant. Say for E.ON example, PROBIO will then pay E.ON to recover their fuel. Then the part that's left in the middle is obviously our profit margin. We have a very, very small margin but high volume, and that's our business model to making it work.
To transform the waste into recoverable RDF, it has to be sorted and shredded at a processing plant. Recyclables are removed, including plastics, metals and wood. Then it's screened to remove organics. It's the leftover material, which would otherwise go to landfill, that's then baled and taken to the port. PROBIO, however, will vary the type of RDF it delivers according to customers' demands. If you thought waste was just waste, think again.
We can offer different flock size, so whether that be 400 ml, or if that be 80 ml, 100 ml, 30 ml. And we can offer different feedstock, so that could be commercial and industrial, it could be solely household waste, it could be a mixture of both.
In terms of the segregation, this plant is one of the most sophisticated plants in Scotland and the UK. We can segregate up to 12 different products, therefore we can produce a product to suit the customer.
PROBIO also supplies biomass and agri-waste to clients, as well as another form of waste called SRF, solid recovered fuel, produced from commercial and industrial waste and which has a higher heating value. This it exports to cement producers all over Europe. One thing remains constant, however, PROBIO's commitment to protect the environment from what is essentially an undesirable product.
We will dip check in production plants to check that organics are being taken out, that material is actually being shredded and sorted before it ends up in the bale. We will then do dip checks on the actual baling process, so we check the quality of the bale, whether that be the actual pressure on the baler, the number of plastic ties being used to tie the bale. We then go one step further where we'll also check the plastic that's being used, whether that be the number of layers of wrap, the type of plastic being used, and also the durability of that plastic. It's very important that when we load a vessel, we know when the bales come off the other end, there's not going to be any quality control issues.
In 2016, PROBIO exported over 100,000 tonnes of RDF, which would otherwise have gone to landfill. PROBIO is giving waste an afterlife, waste reborn as energy. When it comes to rubbish businesses, PROBIO is among the best.